We're so glad you're with us today. My name is Marianne Atwell Hardy, and we are going to start today, as we always do, with some meditation, quieting ourselves. Our theme for this month is abundance, and one of the things that we have, every single one of us has in abundance, is the breath. And a sage once, I'm smelling that lily. A sage once said, "He who controls his breath, her breath, controls the universe." And I think that's true. When we think of our breath, when we hold our breath, when we hold our breath, it basically tells our whole nervous system to be on high alert. And what travels from the brain down through the heart, through the gut, is called the vagus nerve, and vagus means wandering. So this is a nerve that just kind of wanders through, and it is the seat of our emotional well-being. So being able to calm this down, you might have heard the saying, "I was so scared, I couldn't breathe." Again, that puts us into fear. Or if someone says, "That was so awesome, it took my breath away," that puts us in another state. And if we're looking for calm and we're looking for peace through meditation, which is the only thing that stays with us, we can have what we call state. We can have a state of happiness or a state of fear, but meditation actually calms the whole system down. So what I'm going to invite you to do today is called the soft belly breath. Because if we can breathe all the way down to our belly, then we have traveled the whole way of the vagus nerve, which then calms the whole system down. So I invite you to just settle in, wiggle, get comfortable, whatever you need to do to just be able to arrive here. It helps to feel grounded, so if your feet can be on the ground or at least touching something, that also sends our nervous system that platform, that grounding that we need. And with the soft belly, the goal is first to just slow your breathing down. So we take a very deep breath and put your hand on your belly. Now you may not feel the breath all the way to your belly when you first do this, but after a couple of settling breaths, you hopefully can actually feel your belly moving out. Nobody's looking, so don't worry about that. And the key is also to breathe out twice as long as you breathe in. So when you breathe out, go very slowly, almost like you're breathing through a straw, and that will help you elongate your breath. Now, I'm going to use the mindfulness chimes every so often. You can ignore them if you're already into that deep meditation, but I find it helpful just to bring that wandering mind back. Being very gentle with yourself, because that's what our brain likes to do. As Mirabai Starr says, that monkey mind just looks for those bananas everywhere it can. So I'm going to invite you to just get quiet and listen to the music and try that soft belly breath. Breathing in, breathing out slowly. Breathing in. Breathing out slowly. Go at your own pace. 10:15 for the service. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Whether you are here in the sanctuary with us at 4 Points by Sheridan, or you have invited us into your homes through the power of live streaming, we're very glad that we are gathered here together to really celebrate each other and to celebrate life. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer. My pronouns are she and her. And I have the privilege and the honor of being this community's spiritual director. This community is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through individual transformation. We're a spiritual community that can support you as you strive to really develop a personal relationship with God, a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted just for who you are, and a spiritual community that offers loving support as you grow into your highest and best self. You are welcome here no matter where you are on your path. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, and Centers for Spiritual Living is a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, special focus groups, or teaching chapters in 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive philosophy, faith, and way of life whose vision is a world that works for all. Again, thank you all so very much for being here today. You see these beautiful flowers, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful flowers, great fall colors. They are dedicated to Jackie Beck, from Tim Beck. He says, "To my beautiful bride, Jackie, who celebrated 62 years yesterday. She is the light and love that brightens up every room. Love, Tim." Happy birthday, Jackie. A few other announcements for us this morning. Join us for one or more of our upcoming holiday celebrations. And first, a little side note, this holiday season, let us help bring a delight to a child on Christmas morning. TCSL is participating in the Marines Toys for Tots campaign in cooperation with the Morrisville Fire Department. If you would like to contribute, please bring a new unwrapped toy to our Sunday service on December 1st or on December 8th, and Diane Carnes will collect them and transport them to the fire department. Toys are needed for all ages of children up to 12, and please do not include any toy weapons or food. Neither of those will be accepted. If you have any questions, please contact Diane Carnes at dtg99@gmail.com. So Toys for Tots, thank you ahead of time for your generosity. We will celebrate Christmas Eve in a light and music-filled service on Tuesday evening, December 24th. The evening is called Inspired to Shine. Karen Daly and Cindy Johnson will inspire us with their music, and there will be a potluck reception with hors d'oeuvres and desserts from 5 o'clock until 6 o'clock. So potluck, hors d'oeuvres and desserts. You could begin to bring in your food a little bit before 5 o'clock, and the reception will go from 5 to 6 with the service beginning at 6 o'clock. So please bring a dish or a dessert to share. The entire evening will be held here at 4 Points by Sheridan at 1300 Clarence Circle in Morrisville. New Year's Eve will also be another special evening of inspirational music, or message music and ritual. We join together in community to say goodbye to 2024 and to welcome in 2025 in a very powerful way. The service begins at 6 o'clock and will be held here again, once again, here at 4 Points by Sheridan. On New Year's Day, on Wednesday, New Year's Day, we will be facilitating our annual visioning, the visioning process that we do, and the creation of vision boards for 2025. Be prepared to download your highest and best for the new year. So the suggestion is to begin to gather up any magazines or photos or images or other things that you might have lying around to assist you in the process of doing that. We will supply all of the other necessary materials, so please RSVP at info@trianglecsl.org so that we know how many people will be coming, so that we know how many materials to be able to bring. The event will be held here again at 4 Points by Sheridan, and we will begin the visioning at 12 o'clock noon and follow that with our creation of our vision boards from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock. So we've been doing this year after year for many years, and it's always a really amazing, sacred time for everyone. I thank Marianne Hardy for her beautiful meditation that enlarged the container that our service will unfold within. So thank you very much, Marianne. And now please welcome our announcement master of ceremonies, Sean Jockey.
Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. So glad to see you, so glad to see you, so glad that you said yes to being here with us today. Okay, I'm going to do a few announcements. This announcement is about our annual Thanksgiving Day service and potluck. Reverend Dusty will provide the turkey and invites all, and she puts y'all, all y'all, to bring the sides. The celebration will be on Thanksgiving Day and will include a gratitude service and then a magnificent dinner. You can begin to bring food in at 12:30 with the service at 1 and the feast at 2:30. Please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org and let us know how many people will be attending with you. Okay, you will be bringing to share. Yeah, the people. Okay. Our Wednesday evening services throughout 2024 are called Beyond Sunday. You're invited to join us online as we dive deeply into Mirabai Starr's book, Ordinary Mysticism, Your Life as Sacred Ground, for one last Wednesday evening in November. Beginning in December, we will be celebrating the light. This includes all of the light that is present during this month of amazing and sacred holidays. Join us as we dive deeply into Kwanzaa, winter solstice, and Hanukkah. There will be no Wednesday evening service on Christmas Day or New Year's Day. Number 3, this is a save the date announcement to a very special Sunday. The amazing singer-songwriter Jesse Powers will be joining us on Sunday, December 1st. She will not only do the music for our service, but will also be facilitating a concert following the service at 12:30. She is calling it a post-holiday cozy concert and invites everyone to wear comfy clothes and drink warm drinks. Blankets are encouraged. $20 is a suggested love offering, or pay whatever you can. Come for our Sunday celebration service and stay for the concert. We encourage everyone to bring a light lunch or partake of the turkey soup that Carol Cross will be making for everyone to share. We will set out some tables and chairs for people to break bread together before the concert. This concert is on Sunday, December 1st. Please watch this video. We promise there is a video. Hey, we don't want to do that. But for some reason, I do want to say the words while we're waiting, and it will not go away from me this morning. Why I'm saying it, I don't know. I just want you to know that where the Spirit of the Lord is, feel free to worship today. However you feel. Whenever I say spirit, I'm not talking about, I could be talking about God. I could be talking about Buddha. I could be talking about I'm talking about whoever your higher power is. Worship, feel free to worship that higher power today. I don't care who your higher power is. It's none of my business. Do what you need to do to get what you need to get. Anyway, that will not go away from me this morning, so this was my opportunity to say it, so it has been said. All right?
As I dive in, I'll never meet the
Hi, Triangle CSL. This is Jessie Powers. I'm a touring New Thought musician from Columbus, Ohio, and I have played at your center before a couple of times, so some of you may remember me. But I want to let you all know that I'm coming back. I will be there on December 1st for your Sunday morning service. And then after service on Sunday, I'm hosting a concert. And my goal with this concert is for it to be cozy and relaxing and nourishing and a respite from the busyness and not something you have to be on for or show up for. So just come in your pajamas, bring your blankies, bring your warm cups of tea. I have so many new songs to share with you that you haven't heard yet. And it's been a while since we've been together, so I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, please come out on December 1st. I'll see you there.
from the west and to the east.
9605 Chapel Hill Road. Okay. Winter is the perfect time to start or to restart a regular journaling practice. As a tool for spiritual growth, winter is a time of introspection and reflection. Make the most of this season's unique energy by exploring the journaling techniques that address some of our biggest personal issues, such as how can I learn to accept all aspects of myself? How can I heal my wounds from the past? How can I truly integrate great wisdom into my own beliefs and spiritual practices? Find out at Crystal and Clarity, a winter spiritual journaling workshop. The workshop will be held here at 4 Points by Sheraton on Sunday, October from 12 until 3. The cost is a suggested $30. Reserve your spot at info@trianglecsl.org by Sunday, December 1st. The workshop is facilitated by Carol Cross, RSCP, she's Master of Education, and longtime journaling enthusiast. Okay, thanks everybody. And remember, get what you need to get, because it is available. Okay.
Good morning. I'm Mary Ann Owell-Hardy again. Good to see you all. Our theme for the year 2024 is A Grand Rising. Our theme for the month of November is Abundance. Rev Dusty's message today is Rise Up and Dance. I'm now going to read this community's purpose statement, which is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. Now I invite you to just settle into your chair or wherever you are. Get comfortable. Take a deep, deep breath all the way down to that belly. And let it out very slowly. And just listen to the sound of the crystal bowls and let that wash over you.
I invite you now to bring your attention back into your bodies and into the room. And I'll tell you what, I almost got mesmerized by those crystal bowls, so be gentle with yourself. And now I would like to invite Susan and Mary to come up and assist me this morning with the blessings of all faiths. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Now, I invite you to close your outer eyes for a moment as I speak a blessing on our service. The week of Thanksgiving, a time to turn inward and also outward, focusing on everything, and everything that we are thankful for. And there is so much to be thankful for. And one of the things I'm thankful for today is this wonderful, beautiful congregation and our opportunity to share this morning together as we expand the container of love in our souls through our time together today. And so I speak a blessing on today's service with deep gratitude for all the volunteers who came here early this morning to help set up the space for us to have our service in. I speak a blessing on Heather as she tirelessly works to do a beautiful job on the AV. I speak a blessing on Marianne with gratitude for her beautiful meditation service this morning. I speak a blessing on Karen Daly, and I am so grateful for her beautiful music this morning, as I know that we are all inspired and lifted by it. And last but certainly not least, our wonderful Reverend Dusty. I speak a blessing on her, knowing that she is lifted through her work to bring us a greater understanding of spirit with a capital S in all of her work. And I'm so grateful for her beautiful guidance of our congregation. And even though I said last but not least, I speak a blessing on this congregation, knowing that you are in exactly the right place, whether you're here or whether you're watching us on your computers, to receive your good today. And so I release this word into the law of love, and so it is. And our reading for today is from Ernest Holmes. He says, "What a great joy should accompany everything that we do. Love everything, praise everything, recognize all things, believe all things, accept all things. There is a laughter of God. Let's laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There is a joy, a beauty, a deep abiding peace. Let's experience it. Amen." Amen. And now, almost nothing could top that off except Karen Daly as she brings her beautiful song. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, everybody. It's good to be here. Ooh, that's very loud. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. And God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. Hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. And promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. And don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. When you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Go on and dance. I hope you dance. Go on and dance. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Karen. The perfect song, sung brilliantly, beautifully. I hope you dance. Maybe we should just end now. Half of y'all are crying. So good morning, everyone. Over the course of this month, we have been talking about abundance, that really overflowing fullness, that ample supply or that copious amount of something, anything. We talked about Spirit's bounty being everything that is so generously given to us by Spirit, and that while it is our natural state, it's not always what we experience. We talked about abundance as a free flow of substance, and that we will always experience that abundance when we are consciously centered in that flow. We talked about the thoughts, beliefs, and actions that can get in the way of our being in that flow, as well as talking about the actions and the ways of being that we can be that will keep us in the flow. We talked about generosity, about giving, about stewardship, about tithing, about faith, and about allowing. All very important in our experience of abundance. The invitation was to let loose the race consciousness ideas that we might have, that there is not enough to go around, or that more is better, or that this is just the way that it is and nothing can be done about it, in order to be able to rise up into an abundance consciousness, and an abundance consciousness that begins with our alignment with Spirit, whatever that Spirit is for you, as Sean so beautifully stated. And to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that those people that have an abundance consciousness have an outward expression of it in their lives. It's just the way that it works. So the theme for the month of November has been a bun dance. And I know that some of y'all are waiting for me to twerk or something like that, because it just seems like, but Sean said it best, no, you don't want me to do that. But what I would like you to do is to just get by the little running joke of it, and to actually think about the very subtle connections that are in that, a bun dance. Buns, those things that we absolutely love to eat, those things that before we can eat them, they need to rise. They need to rise up. And when they rise up and we do take them in, then we are filled up with all things good. A bun is also like that knot of hair that's up on top of some people's heads. And when we see that, our sight and our vision rises up. And if you've been coming here for any length of time, you would know that it's important for us to raise up our sight, to raise up our vision. Now, the first Sunday we talked about Spirit's bounty, and the tagline was, "Let it rise." Today, the invitation is to rise up and dance. Choose to dance. Now, the underlying truth is that the world is full and glorious. All of it is calling us to embrace more than we have ever embraced before. All of it is calling us to be more than we have ever been before. All of it is calling us to celebrate the abundance of life itself. And yet, how often do we really look deeply? How often do we really look deeply in order to be able to witness the magnitude of the abundance that is present? It's time for us to take our blinders off and to really look at the world around us with inquisitiveness and fascination, to look at and for the magnificence that is always present, that is always the presence of the divine itself everywhere. It's time for us to take off our blinders and to truly look at the world around us from a sense of wonder, from a context of gratitude, and from a willingness to rise up and dance. So we'll begin with this idea of embracing a sense of wonder. Now, as with many words in the English language, wonder can be used as both a noun and a verb. As a noun, a sense of wonder is a childlike delight. It's a childlike amazement or inspiration at the natural world or natural state of the world that is around us. It's a feeling of surprise mixed with admiration, caused by something beautiful or something unusual or something unexpected or something unfamiliar or something inexplicable. It's a positive feeling that can really permeate through our entire body when we experience it, and it makes us pause. It makes us pause in order to really appreciate those things that are greater than we are. Take a look at the heavens every once in a while. As a verb, wonder can be curiosity or the desire to know something. It drives that natural feeling of wanting to know more about the world around us, like a young child with a very curious mind. Now, the benefit of wonder is that it really gives us an opportunity to slow down, to pause, and to really experience the momentary magic that is happening every minute of every day. As we stop to smell the roses more, we will begin to view the world through the eyes of a child with a similar sense of wonder and excitement. We approach our lives with innocence and with a beginner's mind that allows us to be touched in ways that we will not be touched if we think we know everything about everything, right? A sense of wonder leaves us with an insatiable curiosity, encouraging us to ask different and better questions about ourselves or about each other or about the world around us. Doing that, can forever change the trajectory of our lives and the world around us. As we marvel at life's wonders, we naturally push ourselves out of our comfort zones. And no matter what exciting endeavor we take or whatever we choose to discover in that moment in time, we move towards our highest and best life when we do that. Often the things that cause wonder and awe in a person are things that are labeled as miracles, right? But one of the problems about miracles is that they are, by definition, considered rare occurrences. or at least something rare, because the term really suggests a violation of the laws of nature, or that some other divine intervention has occurred that would otherwise be characterized as impossible. What I wonder, pun intended, do we hold off really noticing and acknowledging the presence of wonder all around us because we're looking for miracles? Because we're looking for those rare occurrences that sometimes happen, and then miss the moments of wonder that are actually present all of the time, everywhere. Why is it only when things seem to occur that are on a big, huge, extraordinary scale, or the most dire situations, that we really pause to acknowledge the possibility that the divine is present in that situation? Why can't it be every day? By being on the lookout and hoping for miracles to appear, have we normalized the things that are now everyday happenings, which not too long ago were considered miracles? I believe that that can be true. And I believe that we are doing a disservice to ourselves and to the world by doing that. Now, the invitation here is that we really do a better job of cultivating a sense of awe and a sense of wonder in the everyday events that are happening all around us, that we are perhaps too busy or too distracted or too disillusioned to really see and experience. The underlying truth is that wonder is everywhere present, just waiting for us to awaken to it. It can be excited by grand vistas, amazing sunsets or sunrises, other natural phenomenon, or human intellectual and physical achievement, or really by extraordinary facts and figures that we hear. But it can also be encountered every minute of every day. If we just open ourselves to it, if we just awaken to it. Miracles are there in our car. They're in the home that we live in. They're in this physical body that we inhabit. They're in the neighbor's dog and cat. They're in each and every single person that we meet. Because the divine is right there. We live in a wonderland that really invites us to marvel at and to experience its magnificence everywhere we look and everywhere we go. Ernest Holmes says, there is no limitation in God. Science of Mind reminds us of the prolific nature of life itself. The fullness of life is right where we are and who we are, and yet we often forget to take notice of the abundance of the world around us. When we pay attention to the beauty and grandeur of life, when we rejoice in the life that we get to live, no matter how little, we discover the secret of life within each is a divine creativeness. The bottom line is that we are surrounded by and immersed in awe-inspiring beauty, wholeness, and perfection. The universe is abundant and resplendent. There are no limits to the magnificence of the wonder that Spirit has created. Each person, each flower, each stone, each animal, each drop of water is necessary, a necessary and significant and glorious part of the whole that is the divine. The more we orient ourselves to the wonders we encounter daily, and the more that we appreciate them as parts of ourselves, right? We are one. As parts of ourselves, then the greater our capacity to love and to experience joy becomes. When these are our predominant thoughts, right? When these are our predominant thoughts and feelings, the law, the universe, the whatever you want to call it, brings more of it to us. Albert Einstein says there are two ways to live life. One as if nothing is a miracle, the other as if everything is. Recognizing, acknowledging, and embracing all of the wonder around us, we are gradually led to gratitude. So gratitude is the second idea today. The invitation is to be grateful for that which we already have. Gratitude is generative. When we are grateful, we draw more of that thing that we are grateful to into our lives. So the invitation is to be grateful for what we already have. It focuses our attention on what we see and how we act. Gratitude opens up our ability to receive, making us eager to accept more and more and more good into our lives. We do not have to wait for our lives to get better to be grateful. We can live in gratitude right now. And living in gratitude right now sweetens the life that we are living just the way that it is. When we are grateful, we experience the fullness of life and want others to have that same experience. Coming from an open and full heart, gratitude raises us up, and not just ourselves, but raises everybody up around us. Wallace Wattles says, the more grateful we fixed our minds on the Supreme, when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. And the reason simply is that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind closer in touch with the source from which those blessings come. If our gratitude is strong and constant, then our connection with Spirit, our connection with the divine, our connection with whatever you choose to call that higher power is strong and constant. And therefore, the movement of our good will always be towards us. When we stand in gratitude, we're always focused on the good within us and surrounding us, even in the face of apparent lack or limitation or struggle or dis-ease. When we permit our mind to dwell with dissatisfaction upon things as they are, then think about that. Those are the thought seeds that we are putting into the soil of our consciousness. And as we know and as we teach here, then those are the seeds that will manifest into the experience of our lives. The saying is, what we resist persists. Remember, the creative principle within us always manifests in form that which we give our attention to. It cannot say no, it can only say yes, as you wish. Wallace Wattles goes on to say, thinking substance always takes the form of that which it thinks about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best. Therefore, it tends to become the best. It takes the form or character of the best, and we will receive the best. So the bottom line is that there is endless good everywhere, and we deserve to relish in its glory. So the invitation really is to be grateful for the flow of life that is showing up as us. Our personalities, our talents, our gifts, our interests and all of the ways that we show up in the world merit regular recognition. Gratitude, when practiced regularly, can really uproot all of the old patterns or ways of living in which we are constantly looking for lack, in which we are constantly looking for things to complain about, or in which we are always allowing the self-judgments that we say about ourselves to continue to replay in our minds again and again and again. Gratitude can shift us away from that. Pam Grout says the problem has never been reluctance on the part of the universe. The problem is our inability to see the beauty, loving truth it continually offers. Now, this year's theme is about rising up out of the stagnation of old beliefs and ways of doing things. So the invitation is for each of us to rise into a new way of being with the abundance that is all around us. And one way to do that is gratitude, and another way to do that is to celebrate. So the third idea today is to dance in celebration. As adults, we often, are better at work than we are at play. Kind of lost that ability along the way. Like it's too childish for us or something. In fact, we often seem to turn play into some form of work. For example, think about your office retirement parties or birthday parties. They're usually a drop-by, in-between meeting kind of event, right? When you just drop in and you say hi, and you grab some of the food that is out, and then you take that food and you go back to your little cubicle and you eat alone. Even the person that they're honoring just sometimes visits as a drop-by because they're too busy. Now, most of us don't really have a good plan to celebrate accomplishments. We do not want to pause long enough to celebrate or even acknowledge all of the effort and the energy that brought us to this moment. I can tell you sometimes, and I've probably said before a time or two, or three or four, that when I'm working with patients as a physical therapist, they're oftentimes saying, I just can't wait until I can walk. And they're saying that while we're walking. But they're walking maybe with a walker instead of walking with nothing like they used to walk, but they don't want to take the time to acknowledge the fact that they are out in the hall walking, which they couldn't do a day before when they were stuck in bed. We tend to have an on to the next attitude or mindset, as though it is contrary to productivity or efficiency to relish, even briefly, reaching our objectives. Nothing could be further from the truth. Celebration is an event. It's not a destination. It's that little pause when we survey the road that we've been walking, or we survey the mountain that we've been climbing. The little pause where we catch our breath, where we celebrate ourselves and each other for what we have done, and that pause when we contemplate the next opportunity ahead before we begin to walk or climb again. The celebration could go on for hours, or it could just be a few minutes. The time is irrelevant. Even if the interval is short, it does not mean that it's unimportant. It is important. Each and every opportunity to celebrate our achievements, both great and small, is significant. They deserve to be celebrated. We deserve to be celebrated. This gives us time to really savor all of the hard work that it took to get to this point, as well as to to really appreciate what we have accomplished. Now, the bottom line is that we don't just celebrate the win, we celebrate to win. Hear the distinction in that. We don't just celebrate the win, we celebrate to win. When we are inspired by life and the lives that we get to live, there is a transformation that occurs. We start looking for reasons to celebrate rather than looking for the reasons to be stressed or worried. Our teachings remind us that what we focus on, we get more of. So by merely starting to recognize the abundance in the world, the abundance in our lives, we begin little by little to feel more abundant. And when we can vibrate from that higher vibration, we draw more to us, more abundance to us, more and more of our good. So in conclusion, the depth and power that wonder brings opens us up to being in awe to life. And the tools of gratitude and celebration, when used consistently, change the way that we interact with that life, the way that we interact with the world and the people around us. We begin to notice more grace, and we experience more ease. Now, yeah, sure, life still happens. Life still happens, and we can choose to look at those moments as evidence of the pain and suffering of life, or we can, without denying those unpleasant feelings that we might be feeling, to still find good in our lives to celebrate. Focusing on what we are grateful for and celebrating it creates space for us within our lives for the answers and the solutions of our issues and our challenges to reveal themselves in their own time. We're open for it. The CSL November theme writers wrote, "It's time to get up out of our seats and dance." We deserve to celebrate every glorious thing in our lives. Dancing is typically not planned. It is inspired. In dancing, we feel the energy of the music, and our bodies are drawn to move accordingly. This is true celebration. This is the fullness of life and proof that our abundance is always available to us when we look for it. Today, the invitation is for each of us to rise up and dance. And so it is. So it is. Thank you. I just invite you to turn within for a moment, to allow ourselves to anchor the message and the music and the energy with a moment of prayer. With my eyes closed and my attention turned inward, away from the world of form, I am acutely aware of the power and presence within me. The power and presence that is the very essence of abundance, the power and presence that is the very essence of peace, of joy, of creativity, of love. I know that I was created by this power and presence, that it created me in its image and likeness, that right where I am, Spirit is, and that all those good qualities are mine. They arrived with me on the planet, and just as I know that this is my truth, I know that it is a truth for each and every person here today, each and every person listening in real time, each and every person that may listen to this later. We are all divine emanations of the divine, imbued with all of the good things that it is. And it's from that place of unity, this deep and abiding connection, that I speak these words about and for each of us, truly knowing that we are spiritual beings having a human incarnation, that we arrived with everything we need to live the life that we really want to live, to live a life that is filled with abundance, with an awareness of the abundance that is all around us. That there are choices that we can make and actions that we can do and raise up our sights and our vision to a level that is above any resistance that we may have to inviting that life, that experience into our life. I claim ease and grace for us around choosing to see the abundance in everything, around choosing to align ourselves, to get in that flow, to stay in that flow. Ease and grace around really sharing that experience with everyone we meet, knowing that as we do so, everyone is raised up. Ease and grace around really just bringing that abundance to the forefront of our minds so that those are the seeds that we plant into the soil of our consciousness, knowing that those then are what we reap. I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into that law, that my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them into that law with love and gratitude and full expectation of their manifestation, letting go and letting God be God. I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Amen. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is the time every week when we offer this spiritual community financial support to assist us to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and others. Together we affirm that today's truth is that this offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. So I just invite you to notice on your screen here or notice on your screen at home that there are 3 ways that you can give. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give using the following number, 919-629-9148, or you can mail your gift to our office at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. Now I invite you to please place your hand over your heart with your gift or with an affirmation for yourself or someone else, and we'll say our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life.
I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
And so it is. And so it is. Thank you all for your gratitude. And now let's be very generous in welcoming back the awesome, the magnificent Karen Daly.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. All right. Whew. I am ready to receive. Let's do this. Hear the world roaring his thunder with a new future to tell. For the dry season is over and there's a cloud beginning to swell. Look to the skies heavy with blessing. Lift your eyes and offer your heart. You alone can open the heavens and receive the Spirit of God. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your every sea buried in sorrow. You will call forth in its time. You are Lord, Lord of the harvest, calling hope now to arise. And we receive your rain. We receive your rain. It's like a flood, like a flood. We receive your love when you come like a flood. It's like a flood. We receive your love when you come. And with great anticipation, we await the promise to come. Every word that you have spoken will come to pass. Let it be done. And we receive your rain.
Oh, Karen, you've done it again. Thank you for that beautiful song. Okay, now, if anyone would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org. On the home page, there's a button in the upper right-hand corner. Click on that button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all of the ministers and the practitioners, and we know that you are going to receive absolutely the right and perfect thing. Now, if anyone would like to dedicate a flower dedication to anyone for anything, please contact Heather Abbott at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyrippelmeyer@yahoo.com. And now we're going to do our affirmations. So, in the comfort of your own home, please stand for our November affirmation. This is a call and response. Please repeat it with meaning. Oops. Hang on. Oh, here we go. All right. I know that my thoughts and beliefs shape my reality.
I know that my thoughts and beliefs shape my reality.
By maintaining a positive mindset and cultivating thoughts of abundance, I attract and manifest abundance in my life.
By maintaining a positive mindset and cultivating thoughts of abundance, I attract and manifest abundance in my life.
Because my consciousness is one with the world around me, I Okay. My consciousness is definitely at one with the world around me. Okay. Because my consciousness is at one with the world around me, I consider this the inherent generosity of the universe.
Because my consciousness is one with the world around me, I consider this the inherent generosity of the universe.
I know that this abundance shows up in a plethora of ways.
I know that this abundance shows up in a plethora of ways.
By recognizing the interconnectedness of all living things, I open myself to the infinite abundance that nature provides.
By recognizing the interconnectedness of all living things, I open myself to the infinite abundance that nature provides.
As I realize that the fullness of life is right where I am and who I am grateful and filled with wonder.
As I realize that the fullness of life is right where and who I am grateful and filled with wonder.
From that space, I choose to rise up and dance in a celebration of life.
From that space, I choose to rise up and dance in celebration of life.
And so it is. I almost hate to ask you to close your eyes and sit down. There's such an energy in the room right now. And so it is.
All right. So thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you to all of the volunteers that came early to prepare the space. Thank you to Karen for her beautiful music, for Babs and Marianne for their work as practitioners today, for all of you and all of you. There's plenty of time to go jump in your cars and get over to Me, Cancun, 9605 Chapel Hill Road, where we'll be celebrating the December birthdays. So please come and join us for that. If you're, don't stay home for Thanksgiving alone. Come and join us for our Thanksgiving feast. Connect with Heather at info@trianglecsl.org or with me, Dusty Rippelmeyer at yahoo.com, and join us for our Thanksgiving service and potluck. So please come and join us for that. Thank you all. Have a really wonderful week. I love you. Bye. So I think we're going to give you one more time to dance a little